What is going on, everybody? You ever have one of them days where you decide to go fishing and you pick a spot and you just fish it way longer than you should because you want to catch a fish there? You just know they're there. That's where I'm at this morning. I've been fishing for a couple hours under a bridge, just making cast after cast after cast, and all I have hung was one little old bass, and I didn't even get him in. He threw the hook. So I want to catch a couple crappie to eat for lunch. I want to make that video, you know. So I came back down to that creek where I was a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to fish that hole right over there. There were some crappie in there. They weren't very big, but I did pull about 10 of them out of there. So we're gonna try that again today. I got my son's rod and reel. He's at school, so he ain't gonna miss it. It's an Abu Garcia 7-foot medium, and I'm using the same jig as last time. It is just, let me get it off here. It is just a Roadrunner or an underspin with a little minnow jig on it. Those things work. I just love them when it comes to crappie fishing. So the weather conditions are almost exactly the same. You know, it's about, shoot, 75 degrees, overcast, the storm's coming. The only thing different is I got a different rod and reel and a new pair of shoes. I wore the treads off them last pair of Crocs. So let's just get you on our chest and start fishing. There we go, there we go. Second cast, oh my goodness. That is a slab crappie too. Why didn't I come down here to start? Good night. Man. Well, now we know. We'll get him on a stringer. Get him over there on that tree. And get right back after it. Doing everything exactly the same. Pitching it out there, letting it flutter down, just working it real slow. Second cast, bam, got what we were looking for. Look at that, third cast, there's another one. Good night. These are nice crappie. These ain't like them little old dinks that I was catching the other day. That's what I'm talking about. I'm completely worked up now. If there's a school of big slab crappie in there, we're in business. Let's get him on the stringer with the other one. I may need to move the stringer closer so I don't have to walk so far to string them up. Man, like I said, I don't know why I didn't come down here to start with. Why'd you get off a winning horse? Just thought we need to change it up a little bit for the videos. There's another one, 3 casts in a row. My goodness. I don't even know what to think about that. We're just gonna stick to the routine. I'm gonna go put him on the stringer and get back over here. Good night, 3 casts in a row. How many of them big crappie do y'all think could be stacked in this little creek hole? We're already in good shape. Man, they picking it up slow, just bouncing it through there. There's another one. That's a little smaller one, but hey, we ain't gonna turn him back. 4 casts in a row. I wonder how many casts in a row we'll get before we miss one. Let's see. See if we can make it 5 here. They're almost on the bottom. Just picking it up right out there in front of me. Yep, made it 5. Made it 5. Not as big as them first 3, but I'm just tickled plum pink. Well, looks like we're right back in the same boat we were in. Come down here to catch a couple for lunch. I'm gonna catch enough for dinner and for everybody. Look at that. Oh, it pulled out. That would have been 6 casts in a row. I got a little aggressive with it. Does that count? Can we count that as 6 in a row? I mean, it was a crappie. I seen it. Pulled it to the top of the water. There we go. 7. I'm counting that. We ain't gonna break the streak. We at least got 7 in a row where we have got bites. I'm gonna toss this one in that mud puddle right here like last week. When I get 4 or 5 of them, I'll stick them on the stringer. This running back and forth between the stringer on every fish is slowing me down. Let's see. Man, all right, so the streak is broken. We went 7 casts in a row. Busted a fish on each cast, got 6 of them in. 3 of them are slab crappie. There we go, there we go. That's a slab crappie. Oh, he broke my line. Need my jig back, sir. Where did my jig go? Oh, here it is. Get this retied on there. I don't even know what to think about this. This is, I like these kind of days. It's not every day you can come down here and catch them just as fast as you could reel them in. You got to thank the good Lord for those days when you get them. All right, rig back up. I'm losing count now, so y'all just gonna have to keep up with how many fish we've caught on how many casts. I like this pole of my son's. I might have to go get me one. It's just a Walmart rig. I think it cost about 85 bucks. Got it for him for his birthday. Uh-oh. We've won a couple casts without getting a bite. I wonder if I picked them all out of that hole. Let's move over a little bit and see what happens. Oh, there's a rock over there. We don't want a rock. Now the streak's going the opposite direction. We're about 4 or 5 casts in a row without bumping a fish. But I ain't complaining. There's one. There is a nice one. Good night. That is a giant crappie. My word. Look at that one. Slab City. That's a 2-pounder all day. Look at the difference. Let me show you. Let me put this pole out in the mud. My son will get mad at me. This one I caught a second ago is a nice crappie. That is a stud. Alright, I better go get him on the stringer. I've been fishing nearly all day, ain't caught a fish anywhere. Get down here, I bet I ain't been fishing 15 minutes. Got a stringer full of them. Literally, I'm gonna have to start doubling them up because we filled all the clips up. That is a full stringer right there, and some nice fish too. Let me get them thrown back out there in the water and see if we can catch some more. I'll put 2 on the clip. I don't care. I guess I've caught just about all of them that are going to let me catch them. I'd like to pull one more out of there just so I have to double up one of them clips. Ain't that the way it goes? Getting greedy, getting greedy. All right, worked our way back around to this side. Let's see if there's any in this hole right here. I mean, we worked the other side of that seam real good. Pulled 10 fish out of it, you know. There may be another school of them over here on this side of the seam. Maybe not though. There's a gar. We don't want him. Get down here later with a bow and hunt some of those gar. Not picking nothing up over here. Well, if you know where I'm at, if you know how to get down to this little old creek, it would appear that right over there, where that beam's sticking in the water, there's a little high point. There's a hole right in front of it that's 4 or 5 feet deep. That's where I'm catching them all every couple weeks. Come down here and bust them. Well, they won't be down here except in the spring. You come down here in the summer, they ain't gonna be a crappie to be found. So if you're gonna catch crappie down here, you better get it done next week or so. Because once they spawn, they'll go on back down to the river. I'm gonna go fish off some of these other points just to see. Now this water out here is considerably deeper. I've waded around out there before and it don't take too long to get up over your head. Let's see if there's any sitting on the edge, right where the creek comes into this hole. Well, it appears they like that one spot. So what's happening is they're running up the river to spawn, and that waterfall's catching them, and they're just sitting in that hole right off the edge of that waterfall. Good night, that was a big gar. Oh, somebody wants to talk to me. Yep, we're probably gonna call it. I'm gonna get out of here. I can hear that thunder starting to rumble, and I want to get these fish clean before it rains on me. Look at that. Ain't a bad day right there. There's 10 of them on there. 3 or 4 really nice ones. We are going to do a catch and cook one of these days where I catch a couple crappie and fry them in an old cast iron skillet. But it's going to be one of those days where I catch a whole bunch or I just catch a couple, because when I catch about 10 like this, that's just enough for my whole family to have for dinner. If I eat a couple of them for lunch, then we'll run short. So I appreciate y'all watching. We'll do that catch and cook some other time. We will catch you next time.